Are you searching for a 7-seater that's good on fuel and amenities but doesn't drive like a soccer mum people mover? Then the new Kia Sorento HEV GT-Line all-wheel drive may be the car that you're looking for. Is it just me, or are car names getting longer and longer nowadays? It competes against other large hybrid SUVs like the Hyundai Santa Fe and Toyota Kluger. I've been driving it for a week with my family of 3. Let's see how it performed. How much does the Sorento cost? This is the top of the line model for the hybrid variant. It will cost you around $70,000 before on-road costs. It ain't cheap, but you do get quite a lot of features for your money, like heated and ventilated front seats, heated outboard seats in the middle row, and a beautiful panoramic sunroof. The price tag is average for the competitors and a little bit under the more expensive Toyota Kluger. But if it's the 7 seats that's the highlight for you, you can pick up a top spec Carnival model for the same cash, which might be a little bit more practical for kids stowage. The full specs are in my detailed written review at carsguide.com.au if you want more details. This is such a practical family car, and the inside is definitely a highlight for me. There's plenty of room for leg and headroom in both rows despite having a panoramic sunroof. I love the quilted Napa and synthetic leather mixed seats. They're very comfortable. The lumbar support on both is most welcome, and I've really enjoyed the under thigh support on the driver's side. I also really like that I can reposition the passenger side without moving from my seat via these controls on the side. The storage throughout is really good with plenty of pockets and cubbies everywhere, but the drink bottle holders in each door are a tad too skinny to be useful for me. The dashboard is very pleasing to look at, but the beautiful display panel has just been shoved in what looks like a very old school instrument panel housing, and I think that this could have been complemented a little bit better. The tech though throughout is really good. The 10.25-inch touchscreen multimedia system, easy to use and has built-in satellite navigation. You have wide Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but it's just a shame that at this price point, it's not wireless. You do have multiple USB ports in every row, plus you have a wireless charging pad, so everyone should be sorted with charging. The back seat is very comfortable, and my 6-year-old absolutely adored the amenities back here. Because of the low profile height of the car too, it was easy for him to get in and out, but I really love the kid-friendly practicality. You've got retractable blinds, which are always handy to have when you've got little ones around, and hardened kick plates. The only thing I'll mention with the retractable blinds is that they do create quite a substantial blind spot on the driver's side, which is something to consider. There are ISOFIX mounts on the outboard seats plus 3 top tethers. I'm not convinced you could get 3 side by side, but it was very easy to fit both of my car seats, and there's plenty of room for front occupants when a 0 to 4 rearward facing child seat is installed too. I'm not usually a fan of a 3rd row, but this one is pretty impressive because you get a lot of amenities back here. You get directional air vents with fan control, USB ports, snack trays, and drink bottle holders, much more than you usually see in a 3rd row. You also get 2 ISOFIX mounts and 2 top tethers, which should appeal to growing families. I personally wouldn't be strapping a kid in just because it's awkward to get into it and there's no curtain airbags covering this row, but it's a great option to have for families out there. It's been very handy having the powered tailgate this week, but I'm still not used to where you open it from. Naturally, you think it would be here, but it's actually all the way down here. Now, you only get 187 litres when all 3 rows are in use. You can jump that up to 616 litres when you pop the 3rd row down, which isn't as large as some others on the market, but because of the level load space and the square shaping, it appears much larger than what it is. Plus, if you need extra space, you can make it a massive 2011 litres with just the front seats in use. Impressively, this gets a full-size spare too. The Sorento has a 1.6 litre 4-cylinder turbo petrol engine that has a maximum output of 132 kilowatts and 265 newton meters of torque. It also has an electric motor that produces 44 kilowatts of power. They often work in conjunction with one another, but the electric motor does kick in more at lower speeds. Speaking of lower speeds, the engine can feel a bit underpowered at lower speeds, and combined with the 6-speed auto transmission, and it's not what I would call zippy, but once you get up to speed, it's an easy SUV to cruise around in. The driving experience is mixed. It handles like an EV in terms of engine can be quiet and you get the reversing beeps, but then it kicks over into the main engine, which sounds really loud and can get whiny when you put your foot down. The steering is firm but smooth. I will make a mention though about the lane keeping aids, because it does do quite a jerky correction, which is something to consider. I'm going to highlight the blind spot camera view that pops up on the instrument panel. I thought this was a really good feature, especially in the city when you just want some extra reassurance when you're changing lanes. Kia says that this has been tuned in Australia, but the ride doesn't reflect that. You do feel every bump in the road, and there's quite a bit of bouncing and rattling in this. I think urban drivers are going to enjoy this more than country drivers. You feel the weight of this car at lower speeds when you're handling bends or stop-start traffic, where I got a lot of passenger noise despite my lower cruising speed. It's relatively easy to park this, and the 360-degree view camera is super crisp and clear, just the way I like it. I've been very happy with the fuel economy this week. The official combined cycle is 5.8 litres per 100 kilometres, and real-world testing saw my figure at 7.1 litres, which admittedly isn't as good as some other hybrids on the market at the moment, but still very respectable for this size SUV. This has the features that you always like to see on a family car, but a highlight is the driver monitoring system, which will watch you for distraction or drowsiness and alert you via the instrument panel. It has 7 airbags, including the newer front center airbag, but unfortunately is missing curtain airbags that cover the 3rd row. It has a 5-star maximum ANCAP safety rating, and it was done not that long ago in 2020. The full car specs will be on my written review at carsguide.com.au. The Sorento comes with Kia's 7-year unlimited kilometre warranty, which is above average for the market. It has a 7-year cap price servicing program, and services average on the more expensive side at $608. Servicing intervals are every 12 months or 10,000 kilometres, whichever occurs first, which could get a little bit annoying if you put a lot of Ks on your car every year. The Kia Sorento HEV GT-Line all-wheel drive is a mouthful to say, but the overall experience is light-hearted and practical. The amenities inside are really good and definitely make it feel top spec. The driving experience is a bit mixed for me to truly love it as the everyday car, but families wanting comfort won't be disappointed. The hybrid powertrain helps it be a little bit more fuel efficient, which makes up for the driving, so this gets an 8 out of 10 from me. My son felt like a king with the amenities in the middle row, and he gives it a 10 out of 10. If you're after more details, check out the full review at carsguide.com.au, and I'll see you next week.